Hi, this is Jack Westerman for ESEAnews.com here in London, England for Gfinity 3 LAN. Joining me first and foremost for this event is Nooky from Mousesports. First of all, welcome to the Olympic Park here in London. Fairly prestigious venue. We've got the Olympic Park behind us. I'm not sure whether you can see. How do you feel about the venue?
Yeah, it's a great venue really, and it's really nice here. I've been to a lot of events, but this one looks really great. The venue is really nice, so if you have some, or if we have some spare time, we probably go around and watch something. Yeah. And the place itself is really cool as well. It's really good setup, and yeah, I really enjoy it. The only problem is you don't have wireless LAN at the moment, so
I know. Tell me
no
about
internet. That's the only bad thing, but yeah, it's really good.
This interview might not be uploaded for 4 or 5 hours. Who knows? And yeah, British weather coming out strong as well. Overcast day.
It's better than all the times I've been here. That's true.
Okay, so let's talk about the game you've played so far. You had your first match on the stage against FM eSports. You won 16-3. Was that on Inferno?
It was Mirage.
Mirage. Okay. Can you talk us through that game a little bit? Was that as expected for you guys?
Well, maybe yes, expected. Like we expected to win. We had to win because it's the weakest enemy in our group, and if you lose that game, you're basically out of the tournament for us because the next opponents will be really good. Yeah. And it went pretty good, I'd say. Like the first game is always a bit shaky. You see it at NIP, for example. They like to lose the first game against some opponents, and didn't they lose?
They did, 16-14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it happened again. Yeah. And so it's always like a risky game. The first game, you have to be instantly in the game. If you lose a pistol round, which we tend to do really often in the latest games, and you lose the first buy round, it's already 0-5, and you're behind, and the enemy is pumped, and so you can lose. So we were pretty happy with the result. We lost, I think, 2 or 1 rounds badly by us because we were miscommunicating and not reacting fast enough, but in the end it was a really good win for us.
Coming into the event, did you think, I mean, you knew that you had FM first and foremost, was that kind of a relief for you guys, having this break-in to warm yourselves up?
I think it's really better for us to have the weakest opponent, and I think they set it up that way as well for the other group. Yeah. And it's good if you win that game, obviously, because then you know, okay, we need 1 win, maybe a draw, if draws happen as possible, maybe 2 wins, but this is a must win. The relief is gone, and you can just focus on the next game. We have 4 more games. We hopefully win 2 of them, and then you're through. And if you have it the other way around, and let's say you lose 3 games, you win 1 game, and you know the last one is the must win, then the pressure is even more there, I think. So it's better this way.
Okay, takes the stress off you guys a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay, well, you guys have recently added Alu to the team as your new 5th, as it were. How are you coming together as a team? How have things been working? How's the teamwork? All of that kind of stuff. Yeah,
well, obviously the language barrier is the massive problem of everything. I know that from all my teams. I played a lot with international mixed teams. Usually it was better with the other teams because we had like George in, for example, Josh, Seal, Weber, whoever, or even Cajun had pretty decent English because he's obviously from Scandinavia. And this time it's different. Like they used to speak English in their old team with Cadian, but I think it wasn't working that well for them. And yeah, it's hard, man. We get better every day, but it's still, like I say, it takes off a lot of team play. So you have to really play a lot, to get like the team chemistry. Not only about talking, just because you know how your teammate is playing and reacting in certain situations. It gets better every day, but as you could see in some games, you just lose the important rounds and then you lose a game, and that's really the bad thing about it. Yeah.
Right. Is it mainly? I mean, what are the main issues that arise from the language barrier? Is it teamwork, as you say, or is it calling positions? Do you have different words for them?
It's calling positions sometimes, because the problem is when you speak like your native language, you instantly know, it just makes click and you say the word. Yeah. If you have to speak another language, maybe it's not that much of a problem for me because I talk really a lot of English. But for some players, it's just like you have to you think in German, for example. Then you have to think, okay, this is what I wanted to say, then you have to translate it in English, and then you have to say it. So this takes like maybe a second, which you just delayed, and this second just can decide about a round win, about a death or a kill. It can really make a lot of change, and the problem aren't really the positions. The problems are just the small in-game calling things, like when you say, okay, for example, like let's cross sides, for example, you aim there, I am there, and then you have to react on this, and then a flash comes and something like that. Those really short calls, those are the main issues.
Okay. Well, moving on, I guess we'll get on to some more of your issues in that case, because you didn't qualify for ESEA 1 in Cologne. How does that make this? How does that affect this event for you? Are you guys treating this more importantly because you know you've got nothing coming up in 2 weeks, whereas everyone else does?
Well, for ourselves, we treat this event just like we would before.
Yeah.
We want to hear. Of course, it would have been a warm-up event and kind of thing, first LAN event for our team, but we just want to play as good as possible, qualify for the playoffs obviously, and then show some good results. Everybody was really demotivated, like straight after the not qualification obviously, and we didn't really do anything next day, I think.
Yeah.
And the day after we had Navi, and we really had to pump everybody up and say, come on, we can't do anything about it now. What happened. Yeah, okay, you can quit now or do whatever, but is it really what you do? And we decided, no, just look forward, try the best. And there are another LAN events coming up. Obviously, DreamHack then later is another 250k, obviously.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's things where you can looking forward to. So yeah, we just try our best. And yeah, I mean, we watched the games. The first game the first day basically was a complete disaster. Aim-wise, I think was the main factor. We were too scared about everything, didn't hit our shots. Obviously our fraggers, except for Alu, weren't really that good usually. I'm not the top fragger, so my score is usually not that good, but the others, they usually step it up, and this time it just didn't happen. And in the second day against Copenhagen Wolves, it were the small things. We won 1 pistol out of 4. We lost 3 pistols. I think 1 pistol, the Inferno, the CT pistol, we should have won, and that was miscommunication, for example. The 2 positions weren't called in that scenario, so we missed 1 guy on the spot who killed 2 people of us. If we would have won that pistol, maybe we would have won the map, and then you never know what happens on the 3rd map. Yeah, small things. I lost the 2-on-1 where I heard a sound on the side. That's why I was facing there, but he was already on the other side. I don't know if any people ever had this. Just you hear the sound and it's just not there where you think it is.
Yeah. That's a bit of a bug, isn't it?
I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if why it is, but yeah, I was there in the main. I heard him planting somewhere, like we call the position Capio, like on the close left first boxes. Yeah. Somewhere there, so that's why I moved in, watched there. I think, okay, he can't be crossed, but he planted, I think, at the grill.
Right.
At the coil somewhere there, and yeah, it happened basically. Then I'm a free frag basically.
Right. Yeah. Do you feel you have an element of surprise, given that you're such a new team coming into these events?
I think yes. Obviously, I don't think because we are a new team. We played a lot of games in EPS. People could have watched those games. Obviously, the enemies there are not that good, so we didn't really have to play a lot of strats. We just like basically headshots, playing some standard things, working on some team play. But we played a lot of SLTV matches, and we had some close games against ESEA. It was, and another game was close as well, or against Gfinity where we lost, but we still played some strats there. They could watch those games and see some tactics, but we obviously have a lot of stuff like in the back which we didn't play yet, which we wanted to show then at EMS, and in the qualifiers we only played, I think, 2 maps mostly. And yeah, don't know. I think the main thing is that people might underestimate us, because I think, okay, they fucked that, so they are not that good. Yeah, let's see what happens. I think we could play well if we win those pistols. If we win at least 50%, we really prepared in this week. We really thought about pistols again, went over them, played a lot of them, have some new things there. And yeah, like I said, if you win the pistols, if you win the first buy rounds, you're basically leading 9-0, 10-0. It's 80% of the game, so yeah.
What do you think your problem with pistol rounds are?
I don't know. I think especially as CT, we were playing 2 standard.
Yeah.
I think as CT you really have to do something. You have to like have some element of surprise. You have to like maybe stack aside and play retake on the other side. Just something that where you have the advantage of, because if just 5 towers are rushing you and you have your USP or P2000 and you don't hit the first headshot, you're dead. It's always the same. If the first person you're not headshotted, GG, quit in console. Yeah. And yeah, that's what we have to improve on.
Okay, well, in terms of what will happen next, you've obviously got 4 games left today. Who are you most wary of in your group, and what is your strategy? I saw you watching the match on stage just before this interview, right? Yep. How are you preparing for these teams that you're going to face today?
Well, we wanted to watch the games here. Sadly, it's not possible. You can only watch the stage game.
Doing interviews and things.
Yeah, that's as well, but the stage game is just the other group, so we don't really care about that right now.
Yeah.
We watched the games. of the other teams in our group, the last SLTV games and all the ESEA games, or everything that we could have gotten information from. And so we kind of know how they play. Virtus Pro obviously plays their same style. They're just really individually and team play wise really good. Titan, I think, is kind of like the dark horse in that group from the top teams.
Because they're so inconsistent recently?
Not only because they're inconsistent, but they didn't really play a lot of games. I think they took like play break, something like that, like officially break play games. And they pranked a lot, I saw. And they had some good results, like beating NIP and won Epsilon really high. Didn't they beat Navi as well? I think they beat Navi as well.
I think so.
So they might have a lot of stuff, new stuff, and I know that they really have good thought through tactics. So yeah, we see against them, but I think the teams we have to beat to go through are ESG and maybe Titan or Dignitas if they're in a bad shape. I don't know how much they played after the long break.
Yeah.
Virtus could be a tough match. You know, I've beat them once with their old team on LAN. Against a new team, I don't know if I really played them in official, maybe one time only. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, like I said, 2 games and we're through. One game and it will be really close, depends on the other games. It's tough, but we can do it, I hope.
Okay, still fairly unpredictable.
Yeah, the game just is unpredictable.
Yeah, well, let me ask you about that as a penultimate question then. So, Counter-Strike Global Offensive at the moment is, I mean, a different team wins every event, right? It's NIP, usually top 2, Navi, Virtus Pro, everybody's kind of jostling around at the top. Titan have obviously slipped. Why do you think CSGO in particular seems to be so much more variable than other Counter-Strikes have been in the past?
I think it's because of the game itself. Yeah. Like, I'm always like a type of fan, and I always said like I would change like 4 things in the game. I would change it when you get hit, that your movement gets reduced to like 50% something, so you can do always left, right, and go or like peek a corner, instantly go back. So if you get hit then and you miss your shot as an AWP, for example, you're stuck.
More like 1.6.
And you're dead.
Yeah.
Probably. I would make that you can penetrate walls on the sides, only like at the edges. Yeah. So that you have maybe an advantage there. So that for example, if you're CT and you're just aiming at the corner and the terrorist comes around, usually you're dead. That's why every CT is moving left, right at corners as well. Yeah. But with that thing, you see the shadow and you could bang the wall a bit before, or the T does that. He doesn't hit the shot, you can still bang him a bit, and you have a chance to kill him there, or like make some heavy damage. I would change that when you start moving, that the movement speed doesn't go up that fast, so that you have to like a bit slower and then it goes faster, so that timing is a bit more. And the movement in the air, especially like in 1.6, where you can really do something with your movement. You can do like this bunny hop things, like where you can force shots from the orbs to miss you and stuff like that. That will make it more skill based, in my opinion. And because of this, that it's not that way, I think it's a lot aim based at the moment, and that's what makes it random as well. Like you can like just go around, you can kill 2 people, or you can just like lose the game because of that. And yeah, it really happens or it really matters who is on fire, like in that case, and the tactics and stuff like that isn't that much important, or the team play where you can go left, right stuff and do frag, refrag. Sometimes you're just impossible to do refrag, and that's the main problem, and that's why it's unpredictable in my opinion. Right. Even though the skill level is pretty high as well, and every team is really close together, but that's a good thing in my opinion.
Okay, well, I hope you find your hot streak, as it were, today. Nooky, thank you very much. Yep. Always a pleasure to speak to you.
Thank you.
And yeah, best of luck throughout the day. For those of you on ESEA News, sorry, before we go, shout-outs.
Yeah.
Nearly forgot.
Yeah, shout-outs obviously to our sponsors. Yep. BenQ, Epic, and XMG. They're supporting us through the whole time, and yeah, thanks a lot to them. Obviously the German community and all the Mousesports fans to cheer for us here, to support us, and I hope we do some good games, and yeah, make some satisfaction to the guys who are really disappointed with us at EMS qualification.
Right. And all those Twitch subscribers, of course. Yeah. Got to shout those guys out. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much again. And for those of you on ESEAnews.com, stay tuned for full coverage of Gfinity throughout the weekend.